Hello, everybody. I've not done a video like this in a while. I think I finally have my setup pulled back together here, but thought we'd do a quick update on the forecast. Obviously, we had a cold front which moved through back on Sunday, and now we're dealing with some cooler weather, at least for now. As far as these cold mornings are concerned, we only have like one more cold morning on the way, and that's going to be tonight, Monday night, into Tuesday morning. You can see the numbers here. The coldest parts of the hill country, again, probably will get a light freeze tonight. I am looking at many parts of Llano County, and likewise, the coldest pockets around Gillespie County into Blanco County, and even western outlying pockets of Travis and Hayes County could be close to a light freeze. In town tonight, I think it will be a little bit warmer, mainly in the mid 30s, could get close to a freeze out at the Austin airport. Um, while some areas in the hill country will be a little bit warmer tonight, I actually think it could be a little colder though for some of our eastern spots. So even parts of Bastrop, Caldwell County could see a quick light freeze tonight. So nothing crazy, but if you're worried about it, maybe bring in any sensitive outdoor plants if you've not done so already. All right, for Tuesday, this will start a warming trend for us. You can see highs, definitely not like a super warm day, but will be mainly in the mid to upper 60s. I think this 68 number off the national model blend is looking pretty good to me. As far as moving forward through the rest of the work week, again, a warming trend. Mornings will still be a little cool, but they'll be in the 40s. I think we'll say goodbye to the 30s for most locations for a while. And afternoons are going to go back to the 70s. By Friday and Saturday, we're in the upper 70s, even close to 80 for some spots as we wait on our next cold front, which I think is going to be, sometime Saturday night. This front, the models have been kind of all over the place in a couple of ways with the timing and with the strength of it. As you can see, based on the latest data, a cool down, sure, but nothing too crazy. There's a decent bit of uncertainty with this part of our forecast. But right now, I think this looks pretty good. Highs dropping to the 60s, but mornings mainly just in the 40s. So probably not freezing cold mornings and then rebounding as we get into the middle or so of next week. This system does not look like it's going to bring much, if any, rain with it. You could see here on the surface summary from the models here, they are not enthused with the odds of rain on this system. Really not showing anything from it. Real quickly, I'll just show you what the data looks like from the European model. So we're starting things. This is 6 a.m. Saturday morning. This upcoming Saturday, you can see the time on the top right, 6 a.m. December the 13th. So as ahead of this front, and then kind of along it as it pushes through late Saturday into Sunday, maybe some sort of like meager rain chance, and then we'll keep going into Monday, still not showing much. And then this model does actually bring a little bit of rain in as we go into Tuesday morning. But, generally speaking, I think it's going to be a primarily dry forecast here for the next week or so. Take you back over to the slides here. The projections for rain from the Weather Prediction Center over the next 7 days, and it's got nothing for the hill country in totals that would be generally less than a quarter of an inch for areas mainly east and southeast of Austin. Okay, so that's kind of the deal as far as like the meat of the forecast is concerned. It's going to be cold again tonight, then a warming trend, and then probably a weaker system trying to come in over the weekend. Moving on to the extended outlooks here. This is the 8 to 14 day temperature outlook from the Climate Prediction Center. And so this would take us December 16th through December 22nd, so not to Christmas, but a few days before. And it's got a pretty high likelihood of above average temperatures. And during that same time frame, it would be, say, near normal to a little below normal precipitation. Again, kind of a quieter forecast. Extended model data here. This is the European model. Over the next 2 weeks or so, again, guys, I'm showing you some extended data, but as you know, high uncertainty, especially once you get beyond, 7 to 10 days. So it's got us, building, then our system coming through a little cooler over the weekend, and then a pretty quick rebound back into the 70s, and that would take us again into the 23rd, and things would be, pretty mild to even warm around here. Here's that same data off the GFS model. Again, it's got that system coming in this weekend, knocking us down a little bit. It's actually a little stronger with it, with the afternoon highs. Temperatures would rebound, and then we'll see how this goes. Again, the GFS, I would say certainly not the most reliable these days, but it does have what it sees as a push of cold air coming in time for Christmas, or maybe on Christmas. Don't lock that in. Just something that we'll watch as we look at the extended data. As I always do in these videos, I'll leave you with this. The National Blended Models, I think, has a pretty good idea for the next 10 days. It's going to be cold again tonight. Again, a light freeze, not for everybody, especially not in town, but for the coldest pockets. Highs will be in the mid and upper 60s for Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the mornings, much warmer. Afternoons will be in the 70s. Then we'll have that system that comes through Saturday into Saturday night. We'll continue to watch the data, but as of now, the trend has been less intense with the cold air for that. So probably not a ton of rain around, but that would drop highs into the 60s, at least for a couple of days before they start to rebound heading into next week. So that's a quick update. It's going to be cold tonight. Y'all stay warm out there. I'm going to try and get back to doing these videos more regularly. I moved. And I moved like a couple months ago now, but it's just taking me a while to get things back set up to do these more easily. But hopefully I can roll off a few of these videos for you guys. So y'all have a good night, and I'll talk to y'all later.